Good afternoon, Mandela. Thank you for joining our live session this morning when we spoke about what you found out in our investigation. We were investigating the strength of magnets and we compared the bar magnet and the horseshoe magnet. We found that each magnet was able to attract 4 paper clips. So we found out that the magnets were the same strength. Today, our learning objective is, can I understand what magnetic fields are? Have a look at this picture. Do you remember what these pictures represent? Pause your video and tell Mr. Fox what the pictures represent. Let's have a look and see what the pictures represent. Let's look at our first magnet. And this shows us that if we have 2 south poles, they will repel each other. Let's look at the 2 north poles. What will happen if we put 2 north poles together? They will repel each other. Let's look at the north and south poles. What will happen if we put them together? They will attract each other. Today, we will learn about magnetic fields and what they are. What do you think a magnetic field is? Pause the video and tell Mr. Fox what you think a magnetic field is. Let's find out what a magnetic field is. So, the magnetic field is the area around a magnet in which there is a magnetic force. Moving electric charges can make magnetic fields. So in the picture, we can see the magnetic field in the area around the magnet. Magnetic fields are made of very small electric charges which come out of the North Pole and go into the South Pole. So here on this diagram, you can see the electric charges coming out of the North Pole and travelling round to go in to the South Pole. Fun fact, did you know that rocks can be magnetic too? Lodestone contains iron oxide. If lodestone is placed in water, it points to a north or south direction. The same happens if you float a steel pin on water or hang a bar magnet in the air. Let's find out about the Earth. The Earth is a giant magnet. It has its own magnetic field. The inner core of the Earth spins slightly faster, and this creates the magnetic field. So we can see the Earth, and we can see that the inner core spins slightly faster, and we can see the magnetic force coming out of the South Pole and traveling around to go in to the North Pole. The north side of a magnet points towards the Earth's magnetic pole. The magnetic field sometimes flips and the south becomes north and north becomes south. The magnetic field helps us to be protected from the sun. Magnetic fields are invisible. They can't be seen around a bar magnet. If we sprinkle iron filings around the magnet, they show the magnetic fields to us because they feel the force. They align themselves along the lines of the force, showing the magnetic field lines. Now that you've been given some information about magnetic forces, your tasks are: Activity 1. Draw a bar magnet with the magnetic fields and write down 2 facts you learnt from this lesson. So you will need to draw your bar magnet, and then you will need to label the poles, and then you will need to show the magnetic fields. Then you will need to write down 2 facts that you have learnt. Activity 2. You could do your own research on magnetic fields. You need to remember that if you're going online to find out about magnetic fields, remember to think about our safety rules. Once you've done your research, you could write a paragraph with your facts in, or you could do a recording to say your facts. So let's just think about our tasks and what we've got to do today. Activity 1. Draw a bar magnet with the magnetic fields and write down 2 things you have learnt from this lesson about magnetic fields. Remember to label your diagram. Activity 2. Do your own research, remembering our safety rules. Then you can either write a paragraph with the information in it, or you can record your facts for me to listen to. I look forward to reading what you found out about magnetic fields when you upload your work onto Tapestry.